Okay guys, this is, I don't know, a little tutorial on how to create your EDDSs and image sets for DayZ. So, starting off, this is how I'm going to be testing it. I'm changing the DayZ logo on the main menu to the logo that'll be in our image set. To just show that it works, I have an image here. I can start up DayZ, but it'll be slower. So that's the image from the image set. You'll see this here in a second. But moving on, images are done TGA files. If we pull open, done with TGA files. So you're going to need to go into Photoshop, create a TGA file for your image set. And image sets are collections of images. We'll get into it with the workbench, but here I have the white and the gray, dark gray BR logos. In this, I have dark in the top left, white in the top right, and you need an alpha channel. So this is my alpha channel right here. So you're going to want to save this as the TGA. So save as TGA, and be DayZBR GUI, we'll call it, .tga. You're going to want to make sure alpha channels is clicked. It should by default. And you're going to save it at 32 bits per pixel. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and grab that here, and we'll go ahead and save this and close it. And here you can see this is what it outputs. You don't see the transparency because the alpha channel is hidden, but there's your alpha channel. These are what our two logos look like. Very nice. Now we're done with Photoshop. We have our image and we want to use it. So before any of this is actually done, I'm going to go ahead and just disable all of these files so it doesn't break my workbench. Okay, now that those are disabled, you're going to want to come into your P drive and go into the GUI image sets folder. Take an example. I just used DayZ GUI, and you're going to grab the EDDS meta, and the image set. And you're going to make copies of them, and you're going to rename them. So this is going to be DayZBR GUI.edds. This is going to be your image set. Actually, you don't need a copy of, so we'll delete that one. And then your meta is going to be DayZBR GUI.edds.meta. Before you can open this in Workbench, you have to head into this meta, and you have to change this. This is a unique ID for your image set. So change this to something random, mostly. What I did in my example, what I'm going to do now, I changed the C to an E, and it works fine. So now we have our example files that we'll be needing. We can go ahead and open up Workbench. So in our Workbench, we're going to go to our source data, which is our P drive. It should be set up under Options, Source Data. Head into GUI, Image Sets, and you're going to find your image set. So here's DayZBR GUI EDDS. You can see this is just the DayZ EDDS file. So that's fine. What we're going to do is grab our TGA file, and we're also going to drop that in that same folder. See, it just appeared right here. You can see it right up here. So now that we have our TGA file, we're going to head into this EDDS. We're going to click on Import Settings, and we're going to go to Source File, and we're going to check our file. And we're going to go up here and click Re-Import Resource. You can change the compression here. Copy is what some of them are on, so I'm going to keep it on copy for now. But you'll see nothing's changed in the UI. You have to hop in and then hop back out. Hop out and hop back in. And now we have our EDDS file. This is not complete, so you can't just use this EDDS file yet. We'll get into that in a bit, but we're getting there. So now that we're here, what we're going to want to do is create a new image set. So new image set, and we're going to call this DayZ GUI. And now we have our image set here. I head over to details, head up to image set, and we're going to give it a name. So this will be DayZ GUI. That'll be the set name. Then we're going to click the add button. Then we're going to go into source data. We're going to see image sets, and we're going to find DayZ GUI EDDS. Now, not there yet, so we're going to click out and click back in, and there we are. We have our image set loaded in. There's a little bit of white around the end outline here, which is a little weird, but you know, I'm not the perfect man at Photoshop, so we'll save that. And we're going to go over to quads. This is where you define the image name in the image set. So you're going to click add, and this will be DayZ logo. And that gives us a little box here. So we're going to set it to 0, 0. We're going to drag it till we think it fits well. So this is right up against pixels, maybe a pixel off, so we're going to want to do the same over here. Drag it back a bit more, right there maybe, and then from the top as well. So we're going to want to drag this up. We'll say 1. Nah, that's good. We'll drag it left 1 more actually. So there we are. We have our image defined, DayZ logo. This part of the logo is done now. But what we're going to want to do is add another one for our DayZ logo white. We're going to drag that one so it's right up against the pixels over here. Just like it is on the left, because we want these to be the same dimensions. We're going to go up to the very top. We want Y to be 0. And then our width and height, we're just going to copy from here. So, bam, bam. And now we should have 2 perfect copies of our logo. One's white, one's dark. Now we're done with this. Go ahead and click save. And we're done in the workbench for now. The next step is to close the workbench. So we're going to close our workbench. And we're going to grab all 4 of our new GUI items. And we're going to pop them in our project folder. So this would be, I'll get into this once I paste them in here. We're going to delete our old, or we'll keep the disabled ones for now. So with the mod file, the mod project you're working on, right? I have add-ons GUI. In here I have the image sets. So you're going to want to look to your prefix. Prefix is fmdbr \GUI. So the path to this image set in my mod would be fmdbr GUI image sets. Bam. So in your P drive, you're going to want to duplicate that path. So P F M DBR GUI image sets, and then you have your image sets in here. So now that you have, and that's required for pathing for the EDDS files. But now that you have that, we're going to reopen Workbench. And the reason you're closing and reopening it is so you don't get conflicts, errors. There were a lot of times where I deleted the files, or a lot of files, because I was having issues. We're going to head into fmdbr, image sets, and we're going to start with our EDDS file. Go back to import settings, click that, click reimport, done. So now it's pathing it properly. If there is a pathing, this might not be a required step. I'm not sure how the EDDS files work, whether or not some metadata is stored in them or not. But either way, now you're going to go to your image set. You're going to go to details, image sets, and you're going to see right here these paths. This should be correct. If it's not correct, which At times it won't be. You're going to need to click this remove button, click the add button, and then under source data you should see your new folder, and you're going to click on your EDDS file. And then if you come back over here, now you have the ID here in front of FMDBR. That's perfect. Save. Now we have all our files saved. We have our quads set up properly. We should be good to go. We're going to go ahead and close Workbench. I'm just going to grab our new files, copy those over to here, and get rid of my old TGA file. And now I'm going to go ahead and pack this. It does not need to be binarized. None of these files do. So I'm using PBO Manager for this. Head over to our mod files, replace, and if we did something wrong, DayZ will crash, and if we didn't, DayZ will boot with our dark logo. Now, crash will happen right about here. Once you see that DayZ logo, you know the crash isn't going to happen. You know that your logo is most likely correct. Now you're gonna see that here it is. There's the logo. There's one last thing you need. In your mod.cpp, you need to define your image sets. Class defs, class image sets, and then it's the path to that image set, or all of them, as many as you have. So there's a wonderful example of pathing to an image set. This is the dark logo. I have a feeling it'll look better on the white logo, so we're going to go ahead and give that one a roll. And we're going to see if the white logo looks any better. This would be set, DayZBR GUI, image, DayZBR logo, then we're going to have underscore white. Workbench, I haven't had luck editing UI with these just because you need the mod CPP in order for it to recognize your image sets. So unless you're editing your UI outside of, and you have your GUI in the GUI folder, there might be issues. It's a little iffy, but this is a great example here. Very good. We're going to go ahead and pack up our modules now, and we're going to try the white logo out. Yeah, that's how I got image sets working in DayZ. I figure they'll come out with a better tool for creating your own EDDS files. There we are, DayZ Battle Royale. See, white looks a lot better. And the reason white looks a lot better is this image is done through an additive measure. It's not just slapped right on top of the game. So white is going to look a lot better than darks for that. So I'm just going to take a screenshot there. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. If you have any issues, I'm sorry. This is the extent of my knowledge. So.